Inter 2, Olympiacos nil, the last pre-season friendly before Torino. Welcome back on the channel, guys. Let's get into this match reaction of the last friendly of this pre-season, the fourth friendly, and Inter finish this pre-season unbeaten. Doesn't matter even if they lost every single game, but I guess it's a positive. And today 2-0, so we didn't concede first, which we've been doing a lot with Kivu. Oh, we actually didn't concede at all today, so that is definitely a good result. In the end, the result wrapped up by Dimarco, who stole the goal from Denzel Dumfries, and Marcus Thuram, both goals in each half. And overall, very solid performance, in my opinion. Maybe the least exciting game or performance. I didn't get to really watch the Monaco game properly. But you guys let me know. I thought it was like, in terms of the whole game, the pitch was waterlogged, so the conditions weren't ideal. The San Nicola in Bari, but the fans, it felt like it was a home game. So shouts out to the fans out there. Friend of the channel, Nico Bocuzzi, was out there, I saw. And yeah, the atmosphere felt like it was a mini San Siro. So credit to them. But yeah, the pitch was a bit waterlogged. We know this Olympiacos team, they're a bit feisty. They're a bit feisty. We saw some of the videos. If you saw the Napoli game, the previous friendly they played, Antonio Conte literally stepped onto the pitch because he was so pissed off one of the tackles that one of the guys made on one of the Napoli players. I think it was Rahmani, and Conte was like fuming. It was like, guys, this is a friendly. And we saw some of that spill over today with Barella and Bruno, one of their players, the left back, Nigerian left back. And then Lautaro tried to, get, he always tries to get in on the action, and Dumfries as well with him. And then that Bruno guy was booed the whole game. But yeah, because of the pitch, the tempo was really low, really slow. So it wasn't, definitely not an enjoyable game. But as I said, very, very solid by Inter. We barely didn't give anything away. I think I'm sure like it wouldn't show the XG, right, if I go on the stats here. But yeah, I mean, Olympiacos had 7 shots, but I actually don't even remember them. And it says, you can see here, Inter had 4 big chances, 0 big chances for Olympiacos. And I don't think Zoma actually had did he even have a save to make? Yeah, 1 save. I don't even remember which one that was, to be honest. Must have been a shot from distance. So very, very comfortable. And you know why? Because today, Kivu, Inter decided not to press high, no high line, no stupid high press, which again, if he wants to test, experiment, that is preseason is the time to do that. But I think today, the game before Serie A, I think this shows that Kivu probably has to rethink some of his ideas because he hasn't been given the players. That's what we keep talking about, this transfer window. I mean, Makone video expired literally, like, did it last even 24 hours? Maybe like 20 hours it lasted, the Kone hype, but that was killed. But this transfer window is not really giving anything new and different to Kivu to play with. So realistically, I think we know, guys, the starting lineup at the first game of the season is going to be exactly the same as last year. Whether you like it or not, Acerbi and De Vrij will be center backs. The only places where I can see something happening are this right centre back position, as we said, is Pavard or Bisek. But aside from that, just put your soul to rest. This is going to be Inter's back line and pretty much the Inter team going into the Torino game. Going to the Torino game, though, there is one question mark, guys. If you don't know, Hakan Çalhanoğlu is suspended for the Torino game, so the first game of the season. Who is going to play CDM today? Petar Sucic played there, and I don't think he looked comfortable there. I think that's a role he can play, maybe in the future, maybe slowly, if we need him to play that role, if we see the potential in that role, he could play it. But right now, I could tell he was not very comfortable there in terms of movements, in terms of receiving the ball. He is definitely more of a in this Inter system, in the 3-5-2, he's definitely a mezzala. In a double pivot, I think he could play that because he plays that for Dinamo Zagreb, and he plays that for Croatia. Slightly different role as this deep lying playmaker regista. He didn't look very comfortable both on and off the ball, and he's kind of wasted, in terms of that ball carrying, those long legs that he's got to bring the ball forward, and in general how he attacks space. and his passing. The first goal actually came from one of his line-breaking passes. So, yeah, I don't think this is the position for him. But in the first game against Torino, you guys let me know. It might have to be him. Or, as usual, I think it's Barella. You guys know, if you follow this channel for many, many years, Barella was the CDM under Conte, the backup CDM to Brozovic back then. And I think even since Aslani's been there, even when Zielinski plays there, I've always said, again, similar, you could make a similar point, like he's wasted there, he's not his best position, but I think we're actually most safe to play Barella as the CDM, the Regista there, because at one point in the second half, they swapped roles. Sucic went right centre mid, Barella went deep line playmaker, and I think Barella just a lot more comfortable in there than Sucic. And then I thought, in terms of staying on that role, I thought Aslani wasn't going to get any minutes, but he did right at the end, which I think now, Taremi's out of the squad, so that's very clear. He didn't even partake in this preseason. Aslani, even though Auxilio announced he's not part of the plans, he's on sale, he's available on loan, whatever. He still pretty much started every single game this preseason, right? And today he even got minutes when I thought he wasn't. But if he is not going to play against Torino, which I don't think he should really, if he's on the way out, can Zielinski play that role? And again, you guys, if you follow me, you guys know my thoughts on Zielinski as a CDM. As soon as he came on, first thing he did was complete, lack of awareness in his own box. Probably in a proper game, it would have been a VAR penalty, because I think he did trip up the player because he just completely lost, his awareness there. I just don't like Zielinski in that role. Ball playing wise, different to Sucic, ball playing wise, he's actually seems to be completely fine with it. It's just, defensively and in his awareness, he just doesn't have it. I think it's going to be, if nothing moves on the Aslani front, it looks like it's another season where we're heavily relying on Hakan and heavily relying on him not getting injured. Hakan actually came on as playing as a mezzala as well. It was a weird midfield at the end. It was like Aslani, Regista, Hakan and Zielinski and mezzala, and then there was at one point Hakan as a mezzala with Sucic. Like, it was a really weird, weird midfield. But obviously in preseason things like that happen. But you guys let me know who should start against Torino match day 1, because we only got a few, 1 week, just over a week left to that. So that's that. Other talking points: Dimarco got his goal, as we said, stole it off Dumfries. Lovely play. The whole play by Inter in that one was actually really nice. Let me see if Inter Extra have posted the video for that goal. Yeah, here he is. The line-breaking pass first from Sucic into Thuram. Thuram, by the way, today, much, much better. He looked fitter. He looked, more sharp. His hold-up play was pretty much 70-80% of the time on point. Got his goal as well. That is the Marcus Thuram we know from the first half of last season. Thuram waits. Again, Lautaro is offside. VAR in a real match would have called this goal off. But, in general, it's just about the play from Inter was still really nice. Lautaro squares it to Dumfries, but Dimarco comes in for the tap-in. And then Dimarco, unfortunately, goes off with an injury in the 29th minute. Hopefully it's nothing serious. According to the reports, it's just, he was just feeling something in his right thigh, not something muscular, more like a hit, hopefully. So hopefully he's not affected for the start of the season. He didn't look that good either, as usual, Dimarco. He really needs to pick things up. But, of course, I don't want him to get injured and be missing out. Luis Enrique came on for Dimarco. Didn't look that great, to be honest. I was interested in seeing him on the left-hand side because he probably does like it more, able to cut in on his right foot. But he was kind of confusionary today, Luis Enrique. He always tried to do something, but you can tell he's kind of forcing it at the moment, Luis Enrique, with something. So he just needs to, slowly relax himself into the role first, not overstress too much. And then the second goal, let's go up to that. That was a nice goal on the counter-attack. Thuram running into space. Dumfries shoots, rebounds into Thuram, who taps it in. And he was kind of complaining to Mkhitaryan about something. He didn't really celebrate the goal properly. But overall, as I said, good performance from Thuram, deserved goal. Lautaro was also quite good in terms of build-up play and link-up play. Definitely should have done better on some of the shots. Maybe should have got at least a shot on target. One of them he got completely off target. But speaking of poor shooting, oh my God, Anjuan Boni, man, this boy, he really needs to, if some of these shots happen at the San Siro, we've said it many times. When it's Nautovic, Correa, these guys, experienced guys, they're earning their money. They don't really care. Kind of, I mean, with Correa, kind of, you could tell he really cared. It got him down. But, Andrian Boni, a youngster, he needs to be careful. Some of these real wild mishits and slices that he's doing, like completely missetting the ball, like not even like slightly off target. One of the balls spanned so much that it came back onto the pitch. Yeah, he needs to just keep shooting in training because the potential is there. Everything else with Boni is like so good. Just the shooting first, and it's so funny we're talking about a striker. The shooting just isn't there. Whereas Esposito, as soon as he comes on, he's just a beast. Like every action Esposito does somehow ends up either him winning the duel, even if he doesn't win it, it's always a headache for the defender. If he's getting a shot off, it's like somehow ends up on target. Like he's just got this knack, this hunger. Yeah, like Thuram, Lautaro, they need to watch out for Pio Esposito with the hunger that he's coming in. It's so good to see. Who else? Bisek had a good impact first game back from his injury, similar to Zielinski. I have to give that to Zielinski as well. It was his literal first appearance of the preseason. So we have to give him that. And Bisek as well looked good when he came on. Cherby was good. Pavard was good. Bastoni was good. Mickey up and down as usual. Some good, some bad. And on Olympiacos, it was good to see Pirola coming on, former Inter youth product. Apparently, he's doing very well out there. He's even been linked with Inter. That's how good he's doing. So let's keep an eye how he does, and maybe also for the Italian national team. But yeah, that is my reaction to Inter's 2-0 win against Olympiacos. You guys let me know your thoughts on this final friendly. Just over a week, guys, till the Torino game. Are you excited? Are you not excited? I know the transfer window, Beppe, Ausilio, they need to really give us something special and exciting before the start of the season or before the end of the transfer window. Apparently, the ticket sales or the renewals for the season tickets aren't looking too good. Again, transfer window, we need something, but I'm expecting a sold out for that Torino game, at least for the first home game of the season. And yeah, in the coming days, keep a lookout on the channel. We'll stay up to date with all the news. I need to talk about Beppe Marotta is a shareholder in Inter now. That's a big news that I need to cover. But keep a lookout on the channel. Ciao ragazzi. Thanks for tuning in. Forza Inter.